with another game of Geometry Dash. It's been a while since we played this one. Thought it could be okay to do it. Or, alternately, my hands won't work and we'll have to quit early. We'll see which happens. So it's been ages since I played, right? Alright, I need to put the automatic checkpoints on, because you know me, I can never ever place them while I play. Yeah, I was having trouble booting the game, but I identified that it was a mod issue and destroyed the offending mod. Wahahaha. Not like that. Alright, we need to go... You know, actually, this ship part is worth practicing, right? On account of how I'm not good. Because you should be able to reliably do it, right? It's not tricky. You should just, you should just know how to do it. That's my belief. Heh. I'm so bad. Is that the way the cubes always looked? It looks smaller to me. I don't know. Hey Evan, how are you? I never do that, and yet I'm doing it every time here. This is a very easy section of the level, but that's okay. You know, I haven't played in a while. You know, I've died on this level like 13,000 times now. There's not a whole lot of dumb places to fail that I haven't found yet. But we moved the checkpoint forward. You were playing Silk Songs beat Billies. Nice, nice. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that today, actually, but we got a puppy the other day, and picked him up from the shelter last week. So I basically just hung out on the couch with him for a few hours today. Oh yeah, not on that one. After I got off work and watched YouTube videos and some episodes of this silly little TV show I've been watching. It's famous, it's not like it's not famous. I've been watching the show called Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's sort of like a cop show, but really it's just a comedy. And I can't believe I didn't watch it until like recently. It's so funny. I don't really watch very much TV though. Yeah, then when you get the Belby's power of fast travel, and then that was a good checkpoint swap here, because this is a place where I absolutely will die on runs, even though it's not hard to remember to do it right. Oh right, it's UFO there. I remember. Hey cutie, how's it going? You say it would be death, my goodness. I don't know which one I spent more raw time on, but I definitely have died more on this one. But a lot, some of them don't count, right? Some of them are like this, where I'm just failing because, I don't understand basic game mechanics. Blah. Hey, awesome guy, how's it going? Third tried Seth, almost fourth. I remember doing pretty well against Nylith. Not like super good, but I think we cracked her pretty early. I first tried Grandmother Silk, on my first run. Not like she's hard, right? But I'm still, like, satisfied with it. Oh. Alright, we'll just move this one here. Now hit that portal in the middle. Okay. You say it's because I didn't think stuff. Oh, Evan, I know you do watch me, so it's funny you say that. That's not true. I'm so reckless. But maybe in that fight, I think what happened is in that fight I was behaving like you said. Blah. And I was just trying to learn it right, and then before long I was doing well. But also, Wanderer's Crest, I'm so aggressive with strikes with the Wanderer's Crest that I think, like, people that play more cerebrally, like, how am I going to use these tools, or what button does the Silk skill? Like, me, I don't even know how to cast the spells. Say you think Silk Song showed you like Metroidvanias? Yeah, I hadn't played any Metroidvanias proper. There's been like a couple of roguelikes that I've played. There's this one called Rogue Legacy that is sort of Metroidvania-ish, but with a roguelike thing. But just like stylistically, it's not that similar, right? But I, after Hollow Knight and Silksong, played Nine Souls and loved it, and I'm definitely looking for another Metroidvania to play. I think it is a genre with a lot of like rich potential for interesting stuff. It combines a lot of things that I do like, and it's just about getting the proportions right. Because I love platforming, and I love, like I was playing Castlevania whenever I was 4 years old, and so like that side of it appeals more than the Metroid side of it, because I didn't have Metroid. I played it on the emulator, but like we didn't have it for the Super Nintendo whenever I was growing up. It was a really hard cartridge to find. I wanted to get it, but we just never ended up owning it. I don't think I knew any. No, I knew one guy that had Metroid, but we weren't close. I thought my best friend had it for a while, but he had it on an emulator. So you found you love Beast Crest. That's awesome. Blah. Oh, where? I have this cool little thing. I'll be right back. So one of my coworkers has like a brother that's like a kid, right? I don't know the first person. I know their family and stuff, but they made me a little. Is it showing up at all? Like, how will I? We'll put it in front of a book. They 3D printed a little hornet thing. So it's like a little plastic hornet. Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she graceful? Anyway, just a cool thing that I got given today, because they showed it to my coworker, and they were like, hey, do you know who this is? And they're like, yeah, I don't play the game, but I know someone who would want it. And they did. And now I'm tangled up. I am so tangled up. All right, ready to roll. Oh no. All right. You'll have to excuse me. I have just spilled a little bit. Awesome. You know, that's what happens when you get too excited. I'll be right back. How fun. All right. Awesome. You'd think that I had not lived on the planet Earth before. Anyway, you know, I'm not getting another one. That's all the Mountain Dew I get. You know, I guess spilling it is all right. You know, the important thing about being angry is not to show it in public. So, hi guys, we're playing Geometry Dash again. Sorry about the wait. You know, the Silksong little thing is still very cool. My little statue hornet is good. I do wish that I had not spilled my drink, though. Very small mistakes are, to me, somehow much worse than huge mistakes. Because at least if I make a huge mistake, everyone agrees that I'm bad, right? But if it's a very minor thing, people are always like, oh, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, no, it is a big deal. You know, I don't like people to contradict me. Yeah. When I reached over to put Hornet safely over there, there was a chain reaction, 100% foreseeable, that led to the demise of much of my Mountain Dew. Which, as you know, as humans who have spilled things, you have to clean up a spill, like, immediately, and then it's fine. You know, it's fine, but if you wait at all, then it's no longer fine. It missed my keyboard entirely, which is good. It wouldn't have been like the end of the world if it was. It's a mechanical keyboard. I need to clean it anyway. It's been like, probably like a year and a half since I pulled it apart. So, it's the most wonderful keyboard. I've had it for, like 10 years now. If it ever broke, I would get another one just like it. You know, Carmelita is the best fight in the game, I think, in terms of like all the things coming together. It's not my favorite because Clockwork Dance is my favorite, but It was so funny trying to load into the game, and it just like kept crashing. But I guess I looked on the old, you know, Steam page, and there's an update like a month ago, I guess, maybe like 3 weeks. So I imagine that is what broke it. I don't have a lot of experience with Geometry Dash mods, but I've played a whole bunch of mods in a whole bunch of games, and I know what it's like when everything breaks. Man, Mount Faye. I really thought the top of Mount Faye was going to be there. I thought there was going to be this crazy fight. And then you just get there and you're like, okay. Here's your reward, which is fine, you know. Rewards are good. It was a great reward, you know. Best reward in the game besides maybe Dash or the Wanderer's Crest. Okay. Alright, so I gotta identify specifically what I'm doing wrong here. Because there's no way that this... Let's try it out a little more. There's no way that this portal is this finicky. I'm just doing something really wrong. So what is it? I think... So you can hit a portal high, low, or medium, right? High is bad. Or is it that I need to be horizontal going into it and I'm always... Like, is it that I'm... Alright, so... It's either where we're going into the portal, or it's the angle at which we're entering the portal, or a combination of them. Because these are the only variables. I'm just trying to notice what it is. Oh, hey Tucker. Yeah. Yes, Geode is what I had been using, but it is, it wasn't working for me anyway, and I uninstalled it, and then Geometry Dash booted right away, so... Alright, so what we need to do is level out, maybe? Rather than not be inputting at all, but like be steady going through the portal. Oh, that's right, you gotta go above that. Ha. Yeah. You know, that's very slightly further than we've ever gotten a real run, but... So why does does he? You know, probably a combination of the constant motion and the flickering. I don't know. It's probably also that I keep going back, you know, 10 frames. Alright. No, much too much. Okay. Yikes. Blah. Careless. Wow. You say you're gonna play Clubstep on your phone? Can you move area? Hello, hello. But, you'll probably beat it before me. Yes, indeed. You know, that... If I could just... Whenever, you know, on real runs, I was stuck there for a while, you know. I'm very clearly still no good at it. I'm just catching up with the past. You've already done it. Nice. Very good. I've only ever beat easy demons, I think. It's possible that one of the platformers that I've beaten and forgotten about was a regular demon, but I don't think so. I think they were all easy. But maybe there was. You know, the platformers, due to being like reasonable for my skill set rather than you know, I'm not good at Geometry Dash. What are you going to do? It's okay. I have a good time with it sometimes. Due to my physical limitations, I can only play it so often and for so long, but... There's this section in Theory of Everything 2 quite early. I don't remember how early, but... I failed on it, like maybe 1,000 times. The game remembers, even if I don't. And then I just basically gave up on it. Clubstep, I spent, I think it was like 2,600 some odd attempts on practice, and I couldn't even finish it. Like, I'm really bad. This song making the bold choice for like a gunshot for a percussion instrument. Love it. Not at all unsettling. Tell you what I hate in a song, a siren. Also, like children laughing. There's a lot of sounds I don't like, but some of them just don't belong in songs at all, like sirens. I crashed. Hey, Bouncy, how's it going? Good to see you. We are, you know, we're trying it again. Oh, crash. But Alright, so you go in somewhat lower. Man, not like that. Terrible. Alright, so we gotta go lower, but also, yeah, we need to be leveled out and lower. I think it's a combination of those things. I don't think just going lower is good, because I think that I can have, like, a pitch on it that makes it bad. Like, we want to be level and inputting when we go into it. Yeah, that's the key. Level and inputting, so we need to be a little high first. Yeah. Crash. Terrible. Do I actually play? No, not anymore. Or really not ever. I played, you know, probably a couple hundred hours last year, but I play various games. Play Minecraft and hardcore Minecraft. I've been playing Metroidvanias and stuff, and Hades. I played Total War. I played, you know, I play a lot of different genres of games. I played Expedition 33 this last year. I played Nine Souls not very long ago. I played Red Dead last year. That was a blast. Celeste. Just, you know, the hits. People will recommend me games, and I'll eventually get around to them. I have like 1,000 Steam games, but I haven't played most of them. The hertz on the monitor, 16. I'm like going back in time, trying to see if we get stuff here. You think I get good at Geometry Dash one day? Oh, I doubt it. Because the thing is that To the extent that I'm good in any game, it's usually because, like, I can apply some sort of, like, thoughtfulness to it. Because thinking, you know, like, I can think a little bit and I can read real good. And, so typically, you know, I gravitate towards, like, increasing my skill in games that, you know, jive with that. Even if it's like, you know, like a shooter, there's still like so much that goes into it. Like in my youth, I was quite a fine Halo player. You'll meet a lot of people my age that say that, but I actually was, okay? And, but due to the precise nature of this game, you know, it's not really, you know, we should probably move the checkpoint up a little bit. I say that as I proceed to not make it through. Terrible. Well, I've had my Steam. Awesome guy. You say that's a game. No, you know, there's varying levels of obsession. I've had my Steam account, you know, for who knows, 12 years, 13 years, something like that now. So not like a totally original adopter, but I've had it for a hot minute. And almost the whole time, there's this company website thing called Humble Bundle, and they do like CD keys, game keys, CD keys, I'm old, for charity and stuff, like get a portion. They've been around for ages, and I'm not affiliated with them. I am a member. I'm just a fan. But they, each month they have this program called Humble Choice, and you know, you pay, yeah, it's gone up over time. I forget what it is right now, like 12 or 14 bucks, and you get $8, 8 games a month. You know, the Steam key for them, or I think it's on some other platforms too. I digress. You get the keys for them. So I've had that subscription almost the whole time. I don't have like any other subscriptions really. I don't have a smartphone. I'm a weirdo. It's not important. But so that's almost 100 games a year, right? So there was a couple years when I didn't have the Humble subscription, and it's not like I go buying all these games. I just am awarded them by the accident of coming across this thing. But anyway, I love Humble Bundle. They're cool. Like I said, I'm not like, you know, affiliated with them. I'm just a fan. But they're real cool, and they do both their membership, and then they do like bundles of stuff through the year. So like, I recently bought a bundle that was like the games done quick stuff from last year, which I may not play any of them, but someday I might want to, and then, you know, that, you know, just that kind of thing. But I've gotten many wonderful games through those bundles that I have later counted among my very favorite games. No, I do not have a smartphone. I use a flip phone. I don't know where it is. It's like in the other room or in the car. I don't really care about my phone. But no, I don't have one. I've never used one. I don't believe in them. It's more complex than that slightly, but no, I don't have one. Not because I can't afford one. They're not that expensive. But not having them does allow me opportunities to spend money on things that really matter, like more video games that I'm not playing. Crash. Alright, we need to back up here, because we absolutely need to practice this part. No, Evan, No, I never have had a smartphone. I had a tablet for a couple of years, and I used it almost exclusively to, you know, watch videos of people playing competitive StarCraft. Well, I am an old person, right? I'm 39, and I come from an era before cell phones were ubiquitous at all. Like, whenever I was a kid, like, nobody had one. My dad had a car phone for his work, you know, like eventually, but not everybody did. So to be reachable, you had to be like in a place. So, you know, that's just sort of how I want to be treated. I don't want people to be able to find me and talk to me whenever I'm anywhere, you know. If you want to call me on the equivalent of my home phone, which is, you know, my Discord, then, you know, people can get a hold of me if I'm in my room. And if not, then I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, why should anyone have the right to any part of my day? And that's what a phone does. It makes people feel entitled to your presence. So I just don't get one. I didn't actually have a phone at all for several years. And then I started seeing this person, and she was like, you have to have a phone. I was like, I don't have to have a phone. She's like, you have to have a phone. So obviously I got a phone, but I got a flip phone, and that's the phone I still have today. It's got a cracked screen, and the background is this beautiful scene of like a beach. There's like a little wooden dock out there going like off into the distance. It's very lovely. I don't know if I could ever find the picture again, so I'm going to keep the phone going for a while. It's affordable. I don't really ever use it. It's an alarm clock, and that's nice. I think I have made like 2 text messages in the last 6 months, something like that, if memory serves. I don't care. It's good for emergencies. They sometimes arise. Not even middle-aged yet. Sure I am. No, I feel like an incredibly old person. Blah. Whoa, that was so much of a swerve there. Messy. Very messy. I think we jumped through the portal, and it made us, like, come in too hot. I don't know. Doesn't matter what happened. We did something wrong. Yikes. Blah. Hey, Neo, how's it going, man? I'm doing alright. Sat around on the couch with the puppy and watched, like, 3 hours of StarCraft earlier. That was great. And now I'm here, suffering again, you know, for the people. That's what it's all about. They clamored for Geometry Dash. But no, I figured I was playing, but someone was like, did you ever beat Clubstep? I was like, no, I didn't. And then I got to thinking. I was like, I can totally beat Clubstep. I mean, you're not going to see it now, and you're probably not going to see it soon, but I'm like, I can do it. And even if my hands, you know, don't work well, they're still feeling fine right now, which is very encouraging, because it's been like 30 minutes, so, you know, that's good. So just a bit here and there, we can do it. And then I can quit Geometry Dash happy because I finally beat Clubstep. Oh. Yeah, we held the whole way down and hit a safe hitbox on that spike slope and then bounced off of it to die, and then died 2 more times whenever I was trying to figure out what happened and putting it into words. So great. You know, that's analytical skills right there. When you die 3 times because of 1 death. Not now, universe, I'm thinking. Poor Sir Green Blockington. The long-suffering. Poor little guy. I know. We crashed again. Why? Awesome. Yeah, no, the game is incredibly difficult. Just like absolutely mind-numbingly so. Oh man. Don't get distracted. Hey, I gotta clean more after this. It's not important. I don't want to, like, jinx it. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious, though. I haven't spilled a drink in my room in, like, 10 years. It's so obnoxious. But it makes sense. Because I very rarely get up and walk around once I've sat down. Why would I ever? It's alright. If it happens again, just no more drinks in the room, right? You gotta nip that in the bud. Ah, man. Yeah, well, you know, before this, my big one that I did was Death Moon, which was specifically recommended to me by a viewer, Kiara, who gave me a specific level recommendation based on my hatred of fake orbs. I'm like, nope, not like that. See, even if we get there, I'll probably do it wrong. Yeah, so got the game does an excellent job in ramping up in difficulty. Whenever I was playing early levels, I said, like, very hilarious things like, oh, well, you know, at least it's all 1 speed, so, you know, there's that. And then later on, you know, people send me to these levels that are hysterical. Like, the first day I played, someone sent me to this level that will make your eyes just bleed. And even someone that's, like, good at the game that can beat it would agree that the level is insane. That's the level of the difficulty, right? They call it that because it's fun. Man. But I recently saw this thing where, like, barely anyone has ever legitimately beaten blindfolded Geometry Dash levels, even the easiest ones, which makes so much sense to me as a player. But I would have thought the numbers would be higher, though. What? Come on. So I remember when I first did it, I was like, is there a way to, like, speed run it? I mean, there's for platformers. And this guy I knew at work that played a bunch of it, he was like, no, not speed running, but it gets a lot harder than you think a game would ever be. And, you know, at a certain point, it's literally a competition to just make it hard, right? Not this level. This level was... There are plenty of people in this room right now who could beat it. Not me. That's okay. Man. Yeah, I would say it definitely is fun for a long time before it becomes... Look, you can play a lot of the levels and have fun before you start asking yourself, what am I doing with my life? And the answer to that for a lot of people is playing this game that I love. And for other people is, I think I'm going to put down this game for a little while. Because the game helpfully keeps track of how many times you've failed. Some people say it's how many times you've tried. It's all a matter of perspective, I guess. But a whole bunch of mine are because I'm sitting there complaining. So, I mean, you can't really call that trying. If you just go around calling complaining trying, where does it all end, right? I'm like, oh, I tried. Like, no, all you did was whine. Oh, yeah, I remember. That sounds like something I would do. Oh, yeah, and people play this on, like, phones and tablets, which is nuts. I died to the slightly earlier invisible spike there, but, you know, we need to practice this segment. And I'm not pushing the checkpoint up for a real reason, which is just to give us the chance to do the whole segment from the beginning. If it was right on the portal, I think that would mess me up, right? Because we need to know the whole time how it's going to feel going in. I feel like you can definitely practice too close to the segment you want to get better at. After all, if we were past that jump when the time comes, maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, you know, I have a 60 hertz monitor, And I haven't looked at the prices of panels in a while, but if they're anything like the price of anything else, I will not be getting one until something goes wrong with this panel. Hey, 150. Hertz is the refresh rate of your monitor. Well, I mean, it means, you know, something for electronics in general, but that's what people mean whenever they're talking about it in PC terms. Clubstep, you know, it's been 517 practice attempts and we have not got through to 100 once, so you can call it technically engaged with. Terrible. Hey Cage, how's it going? Blah. Terrible. Well, I mean, I guess it's good to finally get one through from 82 to 100. Psh, pathetic. You know, after 13,000 attempts, I should be better. But if you asked me 10,000 attempts ago if I thought I was going to be this good, I would say, still not beating it? Yeah, sounds right. But to be fair, there's plenty of levels I could lose at 13,000 times and not be anywhere close to being able to complete them, so, you know. Yeah, Evan, I remember that story for the iPod in the arcade. Yeah. Did I find Clubstep harder than Death Moon? Anything I can beat is easy. No, Death Moon, I wouldn't call it easy, but I certainly think Clubstep is harder. I think I could get back on Death Moon right now and beat it. Not today or ever. It'd probably take me like 10,000 more tries. But I still think it's easier than this. There's only a few segments of Death Moon that I consider really, like, headaches, and once you understand what are really quite simple patterns and, like, what to look for in a couple of the duels, which is truly that you only need to look at one of the lines on the duel, like, you can really mess yourself up, but if you just look at one of the lines, then, you know, basically entirely fine. The late wave section isn't as bad as it seems, because there's actually a few places where you can take, like, a clean angle to the floor or ceiling. I don't know. I don't think Death Moon's that bad. It's just long. Once my best friend and I won a stuffed moose out of a claw machine in Kmart. I still have it. Crash. How big a stuffed moose? Oh, let me go grab him. It's not huge, you know, it's just a regular stuffed moose. Not a real moose. You know, human head for scale, but yeah, you know, he's got his little antlers and stuff. Made for ages 3 and up, you know, so that's good. But yeah, he just hangs out in the closet, you know. I just had to go get him. I don't like keep him down because the dog might have chewed on him, you know, and that would have been terrible. But yeah, that's my little stuffed moose that my best friend won from a Kmart's claw machine. Which, you know, like we were young, we would have been like 11 or 12, right? And so like he was confident. He was like, no, we'll just get all of our quarters together and do it. And you know, quarters were a big deal in 1998. You could get a lot of things with just a few quarters. And he was so confident that he could win the moose. So we got our money together, we got our change together, and he did. He totally won the moose. He delivered. I never doubted him again. I mean, this is the only stuffed animal I have. Like, right? I'm like, yeah. No, this would be the only thing I have. I don't have that much stuff, you know. I'm like, do I have a bear or something? I don't think so. Whoops. Well, you know, we can try it for real, right? Which we'll need to change the title so people know now it's real. Alright, so I think I'm going to try something new and actually play it with the real music, and if my account gets banned, then, you know, it's been nice knowing you guys. No, I don't have any strikes. You know, they're probably going to use this callous disregard for everything as evidence against me in my eventual trial, but I think they'll just take the $0 that I make, is what somebody was telling me, and I looked it up more, and I think they'll just take the $0 that I'll make. So we'll try it with the actual music on. Y'all gotta tell me if it's too loud. You know, I've never played it with the song on, so maybe it's a lot easier with it. I've listened to the song before. You know, song is awesome. I didn't always like electronica, but I rather like it a lot now. But it's fun, you know. although recently it seemed like there's kind of like a plague of AI nonsense. And like I listen to a bunch of what I call slash wave, synth wave, dark wave, chill synth, all of that stuff. The the nondescript kind of generic. It's rude to say to all the creators of it, but just stuff. I don't even know what any of the people are called. I listen to compilations on YouTube, but lately they seem like they have less heart. And then I try to look something up, and I can't find any information about the people. Which is too bad, because, like, I bet you could find out stuff about me by looking me up. Has a moose. Gives bad advice. Ah. Terrible. The song's kind of a brilliant choice too, because it starts in and then you get like a kind of prolonged fade. So if you die in the first long bit, you don't feel like you've messed with, the pacing of the song. What I really hope to be back in Geometry Dash is there's only certain kinds of repetition I can take. I jumped in my chair because I wasn't gonna jump in Geometry Dash. What a useful reaction. Too bad I'm not playing on the freaking Wii. Oh, that's the fun part. Not of the gameplay. They give you the annoying ship portals because the song gets fun. I wonder what the song on Shiver was like. Really missing out a lot by not playing with these. I was just afraid of getting shot by YouTube, but, maybe they won't kill me. It's hard to say. It's been like 10 years since they yelled at me about anything. They've probably forgotten. There's not going to be like video evidence of me hosted on their platform of like callous disregard for the rules in the event that anything happens after all. No, who am I joking? I won't care. A human being won't ever look at it. It'd be funny, though. It'd be funny if they paid someone to listen to me sort of obliquely insult them in, like, a halfway deniable way, only to follow it up with that. And then, they'd stick for the riveting gameplay of me losing thousands more times. What is the count now? It's gotta be, what, like 13.2? 13.3? Only 12? Wow. I had way less attempts than I thought. I thought I was already over 12,000. I've been lying to everyone. I've failed like 1,000 times less than I was presenting to people. No wonder I haven't beat it yet. I've only failed 12,000 times. Actually realized. Well, thanks. Threw your chair across the room, play Java Dash. Yikes. Yeah. Not very good. It is a lot of attempts. But a lot of them are just because of complaining, right? And, like, although I put on a good show here, I don't want to, like, misrepresent myself. I get very mad. But I think it's important not to do it in public if you can prevent it. And a video on the internet is, like, the most public kind of public. So, definitely don't want to just, like, freak out. Blah. Like I say all the time, like I probably could have beaten it if I could use the mouse, but I can't use the mouse. If I was using the mouse, I would be able to play for like 5 minutes at a time before my hand went numb. This game is too clicky, man. But the thumb works on a whole different, like, thing. The ligament runs transverse to the nerve that does the other part of the hand, so the thumb is alright. But I'm at the point now, I think, with the level where after maybe 10 or 20,000 more attempts, we could beat it. Pathetic. Oh. I just want to hear more of the song. When I get done with this, I'm going to listen to the song. I'm not going to let the fact that I can't beat the level keep me from hearing it. You say if I really think you should take the hunks should practice? Yeah, maybe, but I'm going to bed soon. See, the thing for me with practice mode in this game is it helps me, like, memorize the level, but there's this time late in my Death Moon run where someone's like, you should practice more, and then I described, like, every segment in the whole level all in a row, because I can do that. Like, I can tell you where all the stuff is and what I'm supposed to do, but, like, that's what practice mode does for me. It tells me the shape of everything, and when I close my eyes, I can still see it, but it can't make me play right. Nothing I ever do will make me play right. I know what I'm supposed to do. That's what practice mode is for. Like, you know, I'm gonna practice. I'm just gonna run into that, you know. The entire level is full of stupid mistakes, and I'll either make them or not. No, I definitely knew Death Moon better than this level. A lot of these deaths have been in very specific, annoying places. There were no, like, portions of Death Moon that were equivalent in misery to those. Even, like, the weird cube part with the invisible stuff. Ah. Oh. Oh yeah, thanks, Evan. You know, I also didn't realize that was going on. I think YouTube just doesn't save my setting for that. I mean, it wouldn't let me change other people's settings, why would it? But, because I swear I've changed that before, but they, you know, they don't care about what I want. So YouTube complaining time. They recently changed, like, the user interface, so, like, I can't see my subscriptions over to the side anymore, and I hate it so much. It's the worst. Someone said it the other day, and it hadn't rolled out for me yet, and then it rolled out for me, and I hate it. It's the worst. It seems like the user interface you'd give a person if you didn't like them. And I get that they don't like me. I never give them any money, and all I do is say that the stuff that they spend hard, you know, working employees' time on is useless, and they should have never paid them to do it. I get it. But I'm not wrong. Like, here's the galling part, right? Look, I know I'm not the center of the universe or anything. I don't have nearly that much mass. But it feels like they are spending money on engineers specifically to make my life worse whenever they roll out an update like that. Does anybody else feel that way? Like, whenever some company that you like just starts doing dumb things that make you mad, and you're like, you paid someone to do this to me. Like, it wasn't free. Crash. After doing Assassin's Creed, yes. No, I still enjoyed some of the later ones, but this is not exactly like that, because there's not really an equivalent unless it's software updates, right? It would be more like a patch for a game that made it dramatically worse. Like an expansion, and those are often, you know, like, just theoretical, but like, my thing is always, and again, I don't know anything, but it just seems like they should give me a choice not to do whatever they want and just keep things the old way, but I know that's not ever going to be how it is. Like, they don't care. The amount of times that someone has changed a thing with their product, and I've immediately went to look for a way to make it go back to the way it used to be, and they're like, no, you can't. It's basically every time. And because I'm like a totally regular and normal person, I often get just really reasonable about it and stop using a service or product entirely for the rest of my life. I don't like write them a letter or anything. Easy notes. I looked away. I don't know what happened there. I just didn't hit anything there. Shiver? I've beat Shiver before. After this... Oh, you must be new here. You don't understand how bad I am. There's not going to be an after this. We're going to be playing this for the rest of time. Not really. We're going to be playing this for like 3 more minutes, then I'm going to bed. But you know. Figuratively. Terrible. Is this harder than Hollow Knight? I could beat Hollow Knight before I could beat Clubstep. Getting to the point where you can beat Clubstep is certainly gonna take even a good player longer than beating Hollow Knight will take a person. Clubstep's not easy. People get freakishly good at Geometry Dash, but the game's not easy. It's not just that I'm bad, it's also, like, rather a lot. But I never beat the Path of Pain in Hollow Knight, so I don't know. I never even saw it. I would have given up on it if I did. I thought the White Palace was the Path of Pain. It's obnoxious. Yeah, it's like 12.1k, yeah. Yeah. I thought it was 13,000 earlier, but I was off by a whole 1,000. But, you know, a lot of them are like that, where I'm, like, internally complaining, just shrieking, you know. But I have considered control of my emotions to be a lifelong goal that's unlikely to ever be achieved. So to the extent that I can, like, not show them, I'm always going to try to not show them. Often I'll have to explain to people that I'm very happy, and that's why I'm able to seem so regular. I'm like, no, I'm delighted. Couldn't be more pleased. Unless I'm excited, and then I'll literally, like, jump up and down on the ground whenever I'm telling people about the thing I'm excited about. Like Diablo 2's expansion that just came out. 25 years. Y'all don't even know unless you know. But 25 years is a long time to wait for something. It's so long. And I almost played it, but because I was hanging out with the dog all afternoon, I only had, like, you know, an hour and some time, which wasn't enough time for Diablo. Will they ever show the new puppy? I mean, maybe eventually. The thing is he can't, you know, be trusted. You know, he's very good. He's the sweetest boy, but you can't, like, you have to be, like, laying down on the couch with him. You have to be sitting next to him. You cannot ever let him out of your sight. You know, not for 5 seconds. He'll cause mischief. But he's very adorable. It's not like I take a picture, right, because I don't own a camera. I could, you know, hold him up to the webcam. But, you know, I couldn't do that on stream anyway, because, like, you know, I would have to... Anyway, the logistics of holding him up to the camera on stream are not practical for right now. It's possible that I could, like, put him on my bed and that he'd be fine, and it's also possible that he would find a way to, you know, have a Warhammer model in his mouth in 4 seconds the minute I looked away from him. And I like my dudes. They're painted very badly by me. And they shouldn't be on the floor, but dogs can open drawers and, you know, boxes and stuff. I don't think any of my Warhammer models are on the floor, but if there are any, they'll end up in his mouth. Hey, awesome guy, 63%, very nice, very nice. But yes, he's a very sweet dog. His name is Dunk. He's like a little black hound dog puppy of some kind, you know. We got him from a shelter, so we don't know his exact parentage, but he is an incredibly sweet dog. You know, just with all of the annoyances of a new dog, though, right? You know, having to be on your guard to protect your shoes, or, you know, your pajama pants. He, you know, he appreciates how excellent my pajama pants are, and he tries to chew on them, but, like, you can't have my Pikachu pajama pants. Buy your own. Get a job. You know, like, you can't have my Pikachu pajama pants. Can't believe I have to explain this to you, dog. Sometimes when I'm very contemptuous of a dog, I'll refer to them as dog to let them know, but then I'll follow it up by, like, making dogs sound nice, because I don't want them to feel like I'm being too harsh. Not doing requests. About to go to bed. But I just keep thinking maybe I'll just fluke a run together. I doubt it. Terrible. Poor Sir Green Blockington. Can't even get out of the intro. Alright. Last try. Well, 12,215 attempts. Never been further away from it than we are now. Oh well. That's it for me. Oh man, I gotta deal with the consequences of my actions. My robe, I got Mountain Dew on my bathrobe, and now I gotta wash it, which means I can't wear it in the morning. It's very annoying. I'm gonna complain about it after this, though, not right now. You know, we don't have to talk about how upset I am at, you know, spilled milk. They say you're not supposed to cry over spilled milk, but since I don't generalize, I'm like a dog. I'm like, well, I can cry over spilled Mountain Dew, right? What about like a water bottle? If I knock that over, is that okay? But that's alright. But good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Here's a little hornet again. You know, the little 3D printed hornet. Need to get a little case for her. Protect her from harm. But good night, Evan. Good night, Lewis. Good night, Kanye. Good night, Suto, JD Play, 150, Knights, Neo, Awesome Guy. Good night, everyone. Bouncy. See you guys. And that will be that. I will definitely tell the dog that you said hello, Evan. He will be so happy to hear that news. But good night, everybody. Maybe I'll see you later. Stream a video. I don't know when we'll play Geometry Dash again. Not like tomorrow, but maybe in like a week or so. It depends. You know, I gotta see how my hand feels in the morning too, cause you know, an hour and a half. If that's like a good amount of time I can do, then we can, you know, try to do that. But the last couple of times I've tried to push it too much. Wasn't feeling good. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my failures. And well, that's all there was a lot of failure, right? Yeah, so the bathroom will be fine. It's just that Like, I can't start the laundry right now because then it'll be loud, you know, through the night, and that means when I wake up, I don't get to, like, wear it, you know, against the cold outside, you know. Maybe snowstorm soon tomorrow night? Maybe. Maybe. We're almost done. I don't know, I'm gonna have to start looking up stuff to do. There's always flea juggling, where I can just like have an aneurysm. If you guys want to see me get mad, just tune in to see me try to do flea juggling. But anyway, not sure what we'll do in the future, but well, see you guys. Good night. Yeah, but I got 2 of the other ones, but the juggle, still got to get that one. I wonder if they give me anything for it. Nah, we'll find out. But anyway, good night, guys.